Heyo, Nevan again. Round 2, Game 3 against JZW in the Lord's Tournament. So this is our tiebreaker game. He won the first game, I won the second game. Shadow sweeped the whole way through. So we come into this one. He is the higher seed, so he got to begin the bidding. He bidded 0 tokens to play Shadow. I actually bidded 2 to play Shadow. Just jumped from 0 to 2, and he accepted. So I am Shadow. The password he gave me did actually work this time, so I do get to see his cards. So it should be an exciting tiebreaker game for sure. Alright, so I start with Grand and the King is revealed, so not great. Neither of those are fantastic. And he got Path of the Woes and Win from the West. Win from the West, very strong turn 1 pool. Granted, you gotta wait a little bit to play it, so you get the full value, but not bad. Right, so he separates Gimli the exact same as he did in our previous game. I get my token, allocate 1 eye, roll 0 more, and they roll a fantastic roll against 1 eye. Alright, so I draw a character card. Yep, none of my cards are playable, makes sense. They move the Fellowship, they are safe. Interestingly, I burn my muster. Huh, weird. Probably would have saved that. If I save it, I can, considering they have 3 movement, well, 2 movement, 1 extra potential movement, I could potentially get the Chief and Saruman this turn. Probably a little error there, but I do congregate all of Mordor into Gorgoroth. They move, they're safe. Alright, I use a character to move that congregated army up to the Black Gate, so I got 10 in the Black Gate. They move again, and they're not safe, and they get a reveal. So, exactly what I was just talking about. And they go the high pass route. Put the Chief on them. Notably, they did not kill Gandalf, probably because they separated Gimli, and you just cannot afford that when you do so. Alright, they burn a ring here. Right, because Strider's not guided, so they burn a ring to hide. Not sure if you need to do that. But yeah, I play the red tile just to start cycling, might as well. I get Lore of the Elven Rings, helps not at all. They muster the elves. And then, yeah, I'm going to just get Saruman with the ring they gave me. So I got... that mistake I made didn't hurt me too bad, which is nice. Okay, so they get Elven Cloaks and Nazgul, and I get Nazgul Strike and Threats and Promises, so cards are not on point for me so far. Nazgul Strike is decent, though. And they get Tom Bombadil. Allocate 1 eye, roll 1 more. They get a very military roll. They draw a strategy card. So they're opting for the opposite of what I do, which is probably a good idea, always. They got Dane, which is a great draw. Kind of unneeded with Gimli there, and that's the feels bad of separating a companion. It's like now Gimli's kind of redundant at this point. Because I'm already kind of like not going to go up there because Gimli's there, but now it's like, okay, I drew the perfect card for a due defense, and they're not even going to probably come up here for at least a long time. So I'm going to be holding on to that card for a while. I play Lore of the Elven Rings, so terrible card. But, you know, it's turn 2. Here's the thing, with Lords, you always want to get a card on the table as soon as possible because of Winds from the West. And while this is a terrible card for me, it's also a terrible card for Wind of the West to discard. It's complete waste. So, kind of wins in that regard, I suppose. If you have it, you should probably play it if you don't have another on the table card. And I draw on the candles. They move, they're safe. I play candles now. I get 3 hits, very lucky. Draw on the Captain of Despair, there it is. There's my baby. I play Captain of Despair, draw into Breaking. So this is a very traditional Lords game, kind of. Our last games were a little weird, but this is what happens. Granted, so my opponent is very, very good at War of the Ring. Let's not think otherwise. They're very, very high up on the board. However, they're mostly a base game player, and a base game player will when there's one eye, always move 3 times. But you're banking on a coin flip for the chief to hunt you turn 1. In Lords, you typically want to have a little bit more restraint overall. Because here's the thing, that third movement he made, it didn't do anything because he went high pass. He literally received no benefit from making that third move. It actually just hurt him so poorly. And yeah, it's the Moria move as well. So very, very, it's kind of a different mindset. I'm not saying he did the wrong thing. I'm just saying typically in Lords, you want to take it a little easy on the Fellowship. And this is what happens. Like, it's turn 2. I'm 21 cards left in my deck. I've been through 7 of my character cards. It's, yeah. The 4 reds being in the pool by the time he gets to Mordor is looking very likely. Alright, so I move Gorgoroth to Minas Morgul and Mornon out. They muster the elves again. Start moving that Blackgate army west. Alright, because dude's not touching it. Ooh. Alright, and then they move Edoras to West Eminent, and they actually protect Druiden Forest, which is pretty clever. I muster Sauron. Alright, so yeah, there's no point getting a keeper right now because Gandalf's still the guide. So they just opt to shore up Helm's Deep. When you see the army, the Blackgate army moving west, very good play to just shore up Helm's Deep as early as possible. And he's even protecting Minas Tirith a little bit, so he played this very, very well. Alright, and then I get Gothmog, because I don't want to put the elves to war. So pretty easy decision there, right? You really don't want to put the elves to war with the Balrog. Might as well just get Gothmog, get that extra die. Plus the chief's out, so win-win. Notably, he's been through 3 of his character cards, and he got 2 blues. So while the hunt is going poorly for him as of now, character card draws have been very lucky, and they're the good ones too, aren't they? Okay, 1 is, yeah, Vile. I draw Gates Are Closed, another good draw for me, and Fighting Uruk-hai, not particularly relevant right now. And they get Wisdom of Elrond, which, when the Chief is out, that is a fantastic card. I discard Dreadsome Promises, makes sense. Devilry, unlikely to be played anytime soon. Helm's Deep's full, so. And they get rid of Path of the Woses, also makes sense. They declare, I come with them. Allocate 1 eye, roll 1 more, and Gandalf rolled an eye. But it's a good roll. Alright, so I actually get to use lore here. Funny. I turn a Palantir into a character. Yep. Considering I have 4 character cards, that makes sense. Because now it's either I can play a card with it or attack with it, instead of just being forced to play a card with it with a Palantir. Oh, and I have Captain of Despair, notably, so it's also going to help the hunt. They move, they are safe. Just a little unfortunate. I use a character to move that Blackgate army, put it in the pool. Yeah, they use the token to muster Gondor, so great defense by them. They're playing very well here. I muster the Southrons down. They pass, I do it again. Alright, and I just start going, beelining it for Gondor. I play Nazgul Strike, which is a great play. That's 4 dice on 5-ups, or 5 dice on 5-ups. Draw a Lidless Eye, woohoo. And yeah, this lets me move my Nazgul to more productive positions. So interestingly, I put the Chief in Karok, and just a regular Nazgul where they are. So when they reveal, they're probably going to want to reveal in Ross, Gobble, whatever. Which, you know, basically there's 2 different places he could reveal. One of them prevents me from playing tile draw cards, so I'd rather him reveal the other place. And I miss. Pretty unlucky there on the Nazgul Strike, but it is what it is. He plays Wind from the West, gets rid of Captain. That's a great card to get rid of. I attack Pelargia with my newfound Nazgul, get 1 hit. They get nothing. I'm in. They muster in Dol Amroth. I attack Druiden with the Orcs. Roll 0. Oh no, I rolled... Oh wait, sorry. He played advantageous position. Completely missed that. So no hits for me. Good, great play of that card for him. And now he doesn't have to discard any cards, so that worked out really well for him. And he goes the fold, which is funny. Because he knows he's going to muster an elite anyway, so it makes sense. Hell, maybe even go back to Osgiliath. Who knows? Yeah, it puts an elite in the Minister, so that worked out for him. And then, yeah, I just decided to just move my armies. So basically just banking on him, hopefully rolling no musters next turn. I draw a Sealed Ords and Stormcrow. I guess I lost my Gothmog die. I get rid of the Lidless Eye and Fighting Urukai. Did he draw cards? Did I miss it? I missed it. Power Too Great, Oomph, and Gwahir, so standard. Alright, so first they were going to declare, and then he says never mind. Makes sense. So at least I'm still getting my reroll. I'm just not getting the card cycling, which I'm actually okay with right now because I'm just loaded up on my hand. I kind of just want to not waste a bunch of cards. So he rolls another great roll, gets that elite into Dol Amroth. Not super unexpected. I play a Sealed Ords. I do get a 2, so I don't know how many eyes. Yeah, that was pretty lucky for me. I mean, yeah, I didn't reveal them, but yeah, I'm happy with the 2. Pretty lucky. They don't get the draw card again. Fine with that. They move. They are safe. I attack DA. They move. They are safe again. Yeah, you don't see this often. I attack Minas Tirith. They pass. I attack Osgiliath from the Morg. Mega murder him. Doesn't get anything back. Passes again. I just take care of Lossarnach, right? I just don't want it to get involved at all. Right, the longer the sieges are, because these strongholds are tough. I don't want a Lossarnach to slowly build up and just hit me when I'm at my lowest point. So take it, and I get Gothmog into Minas Tirith. They play Vile. I attack DA. So interestingly, with Lords, typically when you have the Chief, you kind of want to muster 2 Nazgul. That way you can more effectively fight. But the dice are just not cooperating with me right now. I just don't have the characters to move Nazgul. Like, the only way I got Gothmog and Minas Tirith is by literally waddling an army with him. So, yeah, no characters. I didn't see a point in mustering Nazgul this turn. So I play Relentless Assault against Confusion. Relentless makes perfect sense with low leadership. I roll a very good roll. So 3 hits. And the Confusion notably did nothing. But he also rolled very, very good. So, yeah, it's actually unlucky for me overall. Alright, so I just stopped. Not one round in that one. And then he musters Rohan down. And yeah, now I bring in Nazgul. Yeah. Maybe you start mustering in the east? I don't know. Dolgador, maybe? Well, you can at least get 1 stronghold. Maybe just go for Woodland Realm at this point. No threat of power too great. North's not getting involved. Dwarves aren't getting involved. Yeah. But I knew I need the Nazgul eventually, like I was just saying, so I guess just prepare for it in the future. Challenge of the King, probably not going to be played. They're in the northeast. I get Warm with Sorrow and Toil, which is a very good card to get right now. And Rage. And they get King Brandsman, which is great. Okay, 1 eye, roll 3 more. They get a standard roll. They move right away. I finally hit them. It's just a 1. So, what, 7, 14, 16. 8 out of 6. Yeah, it's just a straight up coin flip if they got revealed there. Just a 1, they random, they get a Hobbit. Pretty freaking risky, you ask me, but I respect it. That Hobbit's going places. Yeah, they do a lot of little movements, so he decides with forwards of Eisen, which is interesting. Alright, I play Warm with Sorrow and Toil now. They move again. And they don't get hit. So, it's one of those games. So they got very unlucky in the, well, here's the thing. I can't even say unlucky because they did opt to go for a straight up coin flip movement. Like, that was their decision that they made. So, is it super unlucky? Not really. Like, you signed up for it. You know, you knew the risk of a coin flip. But the fact that I've had a reroll on him for the past, what, 5 movements? And I've been rolling at least 2 eyes, I think, every turn. And I'm just not... I've hit him once on the last 5... Yeah, I've hit him once on the last 5 movements. And one of those was a Nazgul Strike, so 5 or 6 rolls. And I've only hit him once. That is... I'm getting extremely unlucky here. So he is, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 away from Mordor. So still not making it in this turn at least. Good. Well, he could have, not now. Okay, so I attack DA. I play Dread and Despair against Shield Wall. What does Dread and Despair do? Weird. Yeah, Great Host doesn't work. Relentless, risky, but might be necessary. So I roll 0 hits, and he also rolls 0 hits, so that was a complete waste of a die. Musters Rohan again. I play Stormcrow, funny enough, so little Mary actually ended up hurting Rohan. And he takes the leader from Fords. Bye-bye Theoden, or Theodred. They play Power Too Great with the army, which puts the Elves to war. Smart. I attack Minas Tirith, so really weird attacks from my point of view here. You know, what else can I do, really? My goal is, like, I know I have the numbers, right? I'm pure Sauron lore immersion mode right now. I have numbers, just throw bodies at them and hope for the best. I did, again, I forgot to mention it, I rolled no characters this turn. So that's why the Nazgul and Dol Guldur and Minas Morgul are just chilling. I kind of just have to attack. Like, I can't just do nothing. I'm not going to walk 1 orc from Minas Morgul all the way to Minas Tirith. Dol Guldur could have gotten moving, for sure, but with the Elves at war, yeah, my military options are very, very bad right now, and I really didn't need the Fellowship to make 5 steps without being revealed and only hunted once. Alright, okay, sorry, I attacked DA, not MT. I think I typed the wrong one in. Alright, because DA is a bigger threat with the Elves at war. That's probably another reason I attacked him. Right, he got the Elves to war. He didn't need to do that for the Keepers, so my thought is probably Círdan's. He's got 1 strategy card. He's been through 4, but hey, could be one of those games, so see if I can wipe it. I need to get lucky. I get 1 hit. He gets nothing. I press. I do no card. And I only get 1 hit. And he gets 2, so... Musters Rohan again, which is funny. Notably, they're not activated because Mary is in Fords. It's not a settlement. And I muster more Nazgul because what else am I going to do? Dice are not... Okay, no. Okay, yeah. I remember this. So, I was actually really tilted right now. I had to, like, take a breath. You know, the Fellowship got all those moves, like I've said 30 times now. They got all those moves. The Chief's just sitting there, right? Not participating at this point. All my sieges are looking terrible. I have 1 point. You know, guards gets drawn if Círdan's gets drawn. Like, if Círdan's gets drawn, it's game. Right? I can't... What am I going to do? Like, with the speed the Fellowship's moving, despite having resources, like, despite having 3 eyes and a reroll on them, like, this is ridiculous. Like, there's nothing I can really do. So I got tilted. I was going to muster more Nazgul. Like, whatever. And then I was like, okay, take a deep breath. We're playing with little Frodo and his little journey, right? We don't need to get upset here. Take a deep breath. Let's think. So I decided to just go for the Balrog instead. The Elves are at war. The downside's minimal. Let's get the Balrog. Let's get an extra die. Take it 1 turn at a time. Sometimes you just gotta remember. Just a game. Alright, so they draw the Red Arrow and Axe and Bow. Corruption definitely is an issue. I mean, despite their amazing move luck, the corruption still is an issue. So Red Arrow helps. Or sorry, Axe and Bow helps, and Red Arrow also helps. Right? If he Rohan's one step away from war. If he wants to get Rohan involved, they can certainly get involved. And I draw into Black Captain and Shadows on the Misty Mountains. Not particularly useful. Great cards, but how much are they going to help me here? I would have preferred more of like forward mustering cards. Allocate an eye, roll one more. They roll another good roll. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they can get in the Mordor this turn. Best way to do it is get Elrond, which they do. Oh yeah, I remember this. So I was just like, okay, they're in Mordor this turn. Like, no matter what. Yeah, with Gandalf dying and Strider being able to hide with, yeah, they're in Mordor. So screw it. Let's I got Black Captain. Let's switch the Witch King. They move. Again, they're safe. And then they get the die back with Elrond. So notably, if they waited, they should have waited. I mean, they do have a tile draw, character card. Card draw words. They supposed to start with C. It's very confusing. I'm trying. They can basically confirm Mordor with that, but still, if you're gonna use Elrond, I'd pass until you're equal at least. But I play the gates are closed because I believe the next move is the Mordor move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So with this this false hope, why I had that hope, not sure, of actually hitting them on the hunt. Yeah, they made 7 movements, 8 if you count Nazgul Strike, without being, I think, hit once. So pretty bad. So I'm just like, all right, same concept, focus. Let's do our best here. All right, so I play Black Captain. I shoot for DA. Pure desperation, really. Right, Relentless can't be played. I don't have to worry about Sudden Strike. I don't have to worry about Charge. I don't have to worry about anything gimmicky. It's just like, let's just hope I roll these dice, the dice I need. So I just go ahead and cycle Onslaught. I'm like, if I have to, I'll burn it. Hopefully on 6 dice I can roll 2 6s. I do roll 1, so that's lucky, or average, I suppose. And yes, I throw 2 into Onslaught, and I get 2 5s, so I actually won that siege with 1 regular left. And then I draw Shadow of Dol Guldur, aka Mumakil. So yeah, that was risky, but at the end of the day, if I didn't win that siege with those 3 regulars, the game was over anyway. They're in Mordor, so I need to get rocking here. I attack Minas Tirith. I play Relentless against a Sudden Strike. Sudden Strike whiffs. I go ahead and burn everything for the Relentless. It gets me 2 hits, and I get a 6 on the rerolls, so 3 hits. And they get 1 back. Couldn't ask for better, really, with those 6 orcs in Osgiliath. This is exactly what I want. I want to burn bodies. I do press, but I get no hits, so a little unlucky there. And they get 4, so talk too soon. They could try to sortie. Alright, I'm rolling 6 dice. He's rolling 5. Not worth it, because I'll retreat to Osgiliath and then just attack again. So, alright, so I move South Rune to East Rune, and I move Osgiliath to Minas Tirith. They pass. I just flip the barrel roll, make them move. Or make them take a turn. They draw. Kind of surprised they didn't just play a token there. Draw strategy cards. They got Kindred of Glorfindel. Probably not going to be helpful here. Alright, so I start moving up towards the dew line. Now they draw with the token. They get Aemir. So Rohan just like getting mega buffed. Alright, so then I take Iron Hills and move into Old Forest Road. And he knows he doesn't have to burn a ring to get in the Mordor now, so that's good for him. Musters an elite in Woodland Realm, so make my life complicated. Though at this point it's looking like I'm just going for Erebor, so I'm kind of hoping he musters another elite in Woodland Realm. I get Phlox, Orcs multiplying again, naturally, right when I left Dol Guldur. That's the way it goes. Phlox does nothing. Phlox is probably the most cursed card. I never want to see that after rolling all those 1s on the hunt. I would have just hurt harder if I played Phlox. Alright, so they're in. We do gates are closed. I'm fairly confident. I think the recover and draw card step is before the fellowship phase, which is when the declaration happens. So I think you do draw cards first. Yeah, I think we did that right. Alright, so what... Now, I made an error here. This is what I was thinking about. Definitely should have waited for him to actually pick his cards. You know, that's bad. He's technically rocking 8 cards right now and has a decision to make. You know, that's influential. So, wait till they just... That was my fault completely. Kills Gandalf. And I told him I'll discard for Worn with Sorrow and Toil once he fixes his hand. So, again, my mistake. Kills Kindred and Aemir. Yeah, Guards of the Citadel is terrible for me. And it's probably not going to help much. Yeah, the rest of the cards make sense. He's got Dane. And I ended up discarding Ents. No. Literally, I think it was Gwahir. Yeah, Gwahir. Alright, so his hunt pool, pretty untouched. Considering there's a Nazgul on, what, 7 or 8 steps of the trek, and yeah, we're only at 3 tiles down. None of them were reveals, so pretty smooth tracks to Mordor. Let's hope Mordor itself is rough for him. He asked if the Gandhi dice stays. Yeah, you technically get it when you recover dice. So he was the guide when they recovered dice, and then he died in the fellowship phase, so he actually gets the die. It's a little weird. Right, so I allocate 2 eyes, roll 2 more, Balrog one of them. My keeper die, or lesser minion die are not helping very much, but Gandalf also rolls a die, so dies are very spook. I play Lore. I changed a Palantir to a hybrid, right? Because I rolled no attacks. I rolled 3 Palantirs. The freaking 3 Palantirs. He gets Gandalf the White. Alright, he lost Elrond's die last turn. No? No. Because he picked Gandalf's, technically. You don't get to use the other one. You have to use the one that rolled an eye. So he gets Gandalf the White. I attack Woodland Realm. So he didn't get another elite in there. He plays guards. Unfortunate. I bring in the mouth, because I'm going to need some help here. If I could manage to get Minas Tirith, you know, the Dew line is my victory, but easier said than done. I use a character to move the mouth to Woodland Realm, and I shore up both Woodland Realm and Minas Tirith. And the Balrog actually comes out. So he's itching for some action. What are the odds 3 people are going to burn a will to kill Balrog when they're trying to climb Mordor? Very low. I attack Minas Tirith. I play They Are Terrible, which is perfect. Perfect value from that. Ooh. Yep, so very lucky roll for me. So 3 6s and then a 5. So They Are Terrible gives me that 4th hit. He gets 3 though, so considering he's rolled, what, 7 dice, so he's rolled 14 dice and he's gotten, what, 7 hits? Yeah, pretty good. But I can't complain. That was a fantastic roll, and I cycle into Give It To Us. They play axe and bow. I punish them by putting the red in. Low freaking hopes for that one. This pool's big. What, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 1 in 9 to pull red. There it is. Well, statistics don't matter. Don't forget, kids. Yeah, he kills Strider, which, I mean, you only have 1 Hobbit in the Fellowship left. Right, so, yeah, he uses axe and bow, then he takes... That is the correct call. I definitely agree with that. So he completely killed the damage, but, of course, not moving sucks. And I discard a card, and it looks like I discarded the Ents. So yeah, got lucky there. It was what, 1 in 9 I think I said, so a little bit over 10%. Very, very lucky. Alright, so I drew... Why did I draw a character card? Oh, I used a Palantir to draw a character card. Makes sense. Got Nazgul Search, poopy. Get Foul Thing, Hill Trolls. Foul Thing has value without that many freaking tiles in the pool. Corruption is possible. Hill Trolls also perfect. They get Elven Rope, Kieran Ships, 1 turn too late. So my speed of trying to take that paid off, because yeah, Kieran's would have been game. Okay, then I roll 2 more. I'm actually happy to be doing that. I mean, I've won a little bit. I'm not allocating a bunch because the pool was so big, but I'm happy to roll more. I just don't want to allocate 3 and then roll 3, and it's like, okay. They can take their sweet time with Strider's Guide. Not great. They play up another blue. They do have 2 blues. Yeah, they've only gotten 8 cards in their deck. I was going to say maybe you start drawing, but again, he's been committed to drawing strategy cards throughout the game, which helped. It stalled for time, but now when the fateful climb happens, kind of left out to dry. I play Foul Thing. Oh, wow. All right, let's do some math. I love me that math. 14, 15, 16, 17, yeah, 18, 4 out of 18. Oh boy, 2 out of 9. So I got the 1 and 9 red tile, and then I got the 2 and 9 draw an eye. So what are you gonna do? They play a blue. I attack Minas Tirith. I play Onslaught. Makes sense. I get 1 hit. They get 2 hits. This Minas Tirith is insane. So that hurts, right? I wanted Onslaught 4 and not fear for my life, but I only Onslaught for 2, and I do get the coin flip on 1 of them. So it does kill that last regular. So that is 2 Onslaughts that I've banked the game on. So look at Gondor. That is a pretty picture right there. That is a bunch of 1s. Oh man, that's interesting. Onslaught's one hell of a drug. Right, so they move and they do get an eye. So again, my bad luck, my good luck, then bad luck, then I get extremely good luck, because that was also very unlikely. And that's exactly what I want. I want eyes. When they do 3 damage, I want them. So yeah, he just kills Strider. Again, I probably would have randomed. Because Dew looks takeable. Yeah, he has no cards for me to warn with sorrow and toil. There is no sorrow or toiling. So I go ahead and I move leadership. And then the Balrog gets another move. He's coming. He hides. I play Hill Trolls into Woodland Realm. Perfect. Like I said, perfect card. Happy to see that. And I have a Desperate Battle. I have plenty of good stuff here. Have I don't think I've drawn any Strifes. I mean, granted, I'm not super cycling my strategy deck, but I don't think I've drawn any. But, oops. I use the Muster with the Mouth to attack Woodland Realm. Alright, I throw Desperate Battle out. They throw Charge. No hits. Elves suck compared to Gondorians. I get 2 hits. They get 3. Never mind, they don't suck. I'm sorry. Alright, so I kill an elite, then downgrade an elite, and then I get my free press. The Mouth is insane, and there it is, Deadly Strafe. I play Foul Stench. Okay. Right. Minimize the damage. Take away one of his die. Why not? Get 2 6s. They get 1. I press again. No Onslaught to risk the game on this time. I do get my 6, so that was a risky. I had 8 die. I mean, technically you should get a 6 on that, but we know how this game works. So 7 points. Granted, that Woodland Realm army that I have right now, it sucks because of Rangers of the North. That card is so strong. He burns a ring to move. He gets a 3. Perfect. So he's on Golem. And, he's on step 2 with only 6 corruption in Golem. That is, like, there's 3 blues, 2 zeros, and 3 1s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, that's 8 tiles out of 14 that are just extremely, like, great for him. So suddenly things are looking pretty close. He kills 1 with Sorrow and Toil. Technically, it doesn't go away, but he already played Wind from the West, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so I attack Erebor. They play Dane. Unfortunate. Alright, so I muster an elite in North Rune because, yeah, that's a hard fight. I draw The Ring is Mine. Again, another red. Very far in my character deck. So it's not crazy that I'm on my third red now. Granted, he's on his third blue, so. I draw the shadows moving, and then they draw every little is a gain. Looks like I just played that card. And then Mirror Glatrial. Allocate 1 eye, roll 3 more, because that's what I want. And yeah, there's the roll again. The 3. God. Oh, excuse me. That's what, every game now, I think, has had this stupid roll. It's like the game knows. You don't see rolls with 4 hybrids anymore. Before the dark times, before the empire of the musters and palantirs. Alright, so they just draw. What else are they going to do? I guess they're just going to hunt for, there's another way, just so they don't take that free corruption. Right, so I burn a ring. Yeah, I don't want them to get Galadriel's die back. So I burn a ring in case he draws the get the ring back card. And I use it as a character to move the Balrog and all my leadership to Erebor. So there's a Balrog, the Mouth, the Witch King, 3 Nazgul, and Erebor right now. And I leave Woodland Realm decently okay because of Rangers of the North. And he does draw Mithril, which is nice. Here he says I can't move a Balrog with a sea dice, which when he is activated, you certainly can. He's considered a minion. Funny it took him to travel from Moria to Erebor for him to even like question it, but yeah, his legs are tired. Let him fight. All right, I attack Erebor. This is a stupid fight, by the way. Why am I doing this? I guess I have no other option. What else am I supposed to do? Rohan's at war and already big. He's got 3 musters. I can't really pivot to Lorien without being obvious. Still got 3 elites in the pool. Galadriel. Pfft. Yeah. Really is my only target. Yeah. I can technically go for 4 cities, but with Rohan like that, I don't know about that. Like if I had power to new powers rising, maybe that's definitely a choice, but it ain't a choice right now. So I go for this really risky fight because he has what, 8 health? I have 7. Swarm of Bats is shield wall. Roll 1 hit. They roll 2. All right, so notably, I have the Witch King in this fight, which is a free press, and I don't do it. That's how desperate this fight is. They play Mithril. I attack Dale from Woodland Realm. I do get the hit. They don't. Alright, I did it from Woodland Realm, sorry, because I need reinforcements. So this is scary, because Rangers of the North. Granted, they're not at war, but he has 2 musters. So he starts mustering on Rohan, and yeah, now all those 1 dudes in Minas Tirith is really worrying. I muster again in North Rune. Those 2 orcs aren't going to cut it. He does similar, a leader in Fold and a regular in Edoras. So he's mustering very smart here. I love this kind of, like, this is how you muster. You do these singles, leaders, that's what you want to do. You don't want to just burn elites over and over. Your fighting power is very poor when you do that. I put the Ring as Mine in. Puts an elite in the fold, so yeah. That's a 4-2 army with 2 leadership. Pretty good. I move that one little Umbar bro up to West Rondor and get that North Rune army moving north. Granted, I know Erebor's not getting any bigger. That's one benefit to all of this. Denethor's Folly, Morgul Wound. Morgul Wound's perfect right now. I have Morgul Wound and Breaking, notably. So, if I get lucky on these reveals, I can give him 2 Corruption, which is significant, considering the game. And he does get a Corruption for not moving. Allocate 1 eye. Roll 1 more. Yeah, he put his Corruption up. I reminded him I already did it, so. Yeah, he got Rangers of the North extremely, fine. He's so far into his strategy deck. I had to assume he had it. He goes for Dale. gets his 2 hits, so he kills his 3 Nazgul. Not that I really need them, but I'm forced to move into Dale here, because if he were to just walk in and I were to reconquer it, now the North's at war. Right, and then I reinforce Osgiliath from West Ferondor. He puts the North to war. This is all just a giant headache. Right, so now that Rangers is gone, I'm confident to put a regular in Dale. And leave Woodland Realm with just 1. And then I move those 2 elites. So still, my Erebor army's trash. It's 9 health against his 7. Pfft. Yeah, not great. Now, granted, I do have the Balrog. Like, he does give me dice, so my combat strength's fine. I just got to worry about Gimli not chopping my head off. 1 swing of the axe kills the Mouth, Witch King, and Balrog. That'd be impressive. They pass. I attack Erebor. I play Dread and Despair. Yeah, oh. So they made a bold play here, and I respect this. You don't see this often. They went for Fateful Strike. So he was straight up trying to murder the Witch King here. He got 2 hits on his reroll. Thankfully, I played Dread and Despair here, right? So I know this fight is ridiculous, but I have so much leadership. This 10 leadership, I can afford to take down 5 of it and still roll my full potential. I only actually technically need to take down... Yeah, no, I do need to take down 4 leadership because of Gimli giving an extra die. So Fateful Strike will not go off. I mean, he can kill a Nazgul technically. So I respect him playing it, but unfortunate timing for him. And I roll 3 6s. Yeah, 3 6s. You don't expect that. So yeah, now here we go. I'm free press for sure. Alright, I play Muma Kill against a Heroic Death. I get 3 hits. He gets 2. Alright, so Gimmers and 2 regulars go. And then an extra... was that done correctly? Yeah, he killed 2 regulars in Gimli. Yeah, that was done correctly. Okay. Alright, and I do a normal press. I great host it. Likely to go all... I roll 2 6s. So yeah, my 6s just came on fire at the end there. I needed that. So now I'm at 10 points. He passes, which is certainly a mistake. If you were going to go for the Woodland Realm Siege, which I probably would have done because you got nothing else, at least you get to roll 4 dice. 4 dice to roll a 6. It's not insane. It's not pure insanity. How many 3 6s candles of corpses have you seen? You needed to do it right then and there because now I moved to Dale after your pass, and I moved that regular from Truden Forest into Minas Tirith, right? Because I need to protect my points. And notably, he does have 3 attacks. And smartly, he did muster a leader that saved him here. Like, that's what's keeping him in the game. He mustered that leader in the fold. That's why leaders are so strong. So now that, unfortunately, he can't merge with that Edoras army. So while I was complimenting that mustering technique he was doing, this is the one time it doesn't pay off. Unfortunately. But he couldn't predict that Erebor army was going to go down like that with Heroic Death. Like, I just rolled well. Then again, I think I've played 1 Strife. No, I didn't even play my Strife. Because I didn't want to get murdered. Alright, if I play a card like that that's really strong and I just get murdered myself, then there's a problem. But yeah, considering I haven't played a single Strife this game, you probably should have assumed Erebor was going down regardless. But yeah, here he comes. So he gets the Karok regular into Old Forest Road and then gets that Fold army moving. Alright, so I reinforce Osgiliath with everything. Alright, at least, because here's the thing, if he goes for Pelargir, which is way safer, because here's the thing, I have a muster. So if he goes for Minas Tirith, I can actually change a regular into an elite with Gothmog. So Minas Tirith's not looking great. That's going to be 3 health. And he only has 4. He's only rolling, what, 8 dice total? Yeah, 8 dice total throughout the entire siege. That's assuming he doesn't take a hit. So 8 dice to roll 3 6s on. So Pelargir is probably the better bet. So I try to reinforce Osgiliath. That way when he attacks Osgiliath, he's hitting on 6s, and then when he attacks Pelargir, he's hitting on 6s. So I get the double you hit on crap kind of combats here, instead of just committing to all my dice to Pelargir. He draws a strategy card, gets a Daylight. Right, and because he didn't attack right then and there, I do move leadership. So yeah, I got the Balrog and the Mouth up there defending Dale. That's interesting. And then the Witch King and Nazgul and Osgiliath. So suddenly the potential fight he could have pulled off, it's not looking great now, but anything could happen. Which fight is better? Definitely the Osgiliath fight. Yeah, Balrog, like, you can get that army down to 2 orcs, and I'm still rolling 5 dice with 5 rerolls on you. So he goes for the correct play. I agree with this. He attacks Osgiliath. Right, so he plays Daylight. Yep, because if he's assuming he gets 1 hit in this combat, then I'll already be down to 3 dice, so might as well burn the Daylight now when I'm rolling 4. And I play Black Breath, trying to nuke one of his leaders. So I'm rolling 4 dice on my well, now it's 3. Possible. Right, so he rolls 2 6s. Not expecting that. I rolled too many, but I corrected it with my leader reroll, so I still rolled the right amount. So I only got 1. Alright, no, I messed it up a little bit. I rolled 1 extra die, so my bad. Yep, so only 1 hit. So he rolled 2 6s, was not expecting that. So suddenly, big decision. Big decision. So if I go to Pelargir, that's a scary fight, because I can't even kill him on that first round. Yeah. I'm rolling 2 dice. He's rolling 3. Like, there's a high chance he kills me. And if the Witch King dies, and he retakes Pelargir, and he's got, what, 6 regulars to muster in, and then all of a sudden, Dol Amroth can be retaken, Minas Tirith can be retaken with Rohan. Like, if I don't win this turn, I'm in deep crap. Like, this is bad. So, this took me a little bit, but I decided to retreat to Minas Tirith. And then I burned a ring on the Palantir to attack Osgiliath. Yeah, was not expecting it to go this way, but what can you do? So I do it. I attack. Oh, and notably, I did notice he had 0 strategy cards. Had he had a strategy card, I 100% would have went to Pelargir, because if he scouts this attack, I just basically made myself lose. And, well, maybe not lose, but I wouldn't win this turn. That possibility goes bye-bye. Alright, so I play Deadly Strife. I roll 0 hits. Yeah. But then I roll 3 on the reroll. So, 8 dice. Yeah, winning 3 coin flips on 8 dice. Please. Give me that. Rolls 2 back. But yeah, I do manage to take out that Osgiliath army. With 1 orc remaining, as is tradition. So yeah, now he just goes for Dale. He has to. That's all he's got left. Roll 0 hits. And I roll 4. So that's GG. Yeah, so, yeah, he says he didn't expect Airborne to fall like that. I agree. I did get lucky, but again, like I was saying before, no strifes have been played. Like, strifes win games. It's good kind of logic to follow. So if they're down the 12 cards in their strategy deck, and they haven't hit you with a strife yet, whatever combat you think you're winning, you should probably assume it's not going to go great. Like, strifes are the sole reason why companions are usually a bad idea in this game. Because, yeah, I separated a companion. I have a huge army. You're going to struggle. Well, yeah, well, here's 5 hits. Yeah. But I won it without a strife, which is surprising. But, yeah, I only drew 1. 1 strife the whole game, I believe. So, the cards certainly weren't super helpful, but those onslaughts, those gambles all paid off. I can't complain about that. That's for sure. So I barely pulled through. Yeah, and I told him, like, the cursed roll was probably the only reason I won. Now, granted, Again, it was one of those hunt pools. It's huge. It's a very friendly pool. It was likely he'd destroy the ring if he got normal rolls, but it just wasn't working out for him. I think it was the turn prior to this. It was just Palantirs and Musters, right? So if he had just even one move, those two characters he rolled this turn, very likely he could have won. So he got screwed by the die, as free people typically are. So overall, he played fantastic. I think just, unfortunately, he spent so much time getting Rohan ready, it didn't do anything. But what can you do? If the dice don't help you, you can't really, you can't really do much against it. You deal with what you're dealt. I think he discarded Path of the Woes pretty early on, but yeah, that also would have been just completely game right there. Very rarely do you see Path of the Woes have the potential to just win free people the game. Yeah, but had he had it, this would have been a very different ending, that's for sure. But yeah, it doesn't get any more exciting than that. So very, very good game. Great opponent. Again, interestingly enough, I kind of want to bring this up. The game that he beat me in, again, he's very high up on the ladder. I can't say for sure, but he's up there. He's like top 20, I think. Strictly base game for the most part. So the very first game we played when I was free people and it was like a military, like that was pretty much a base game. And yeah, he dominated it and completely ruined me there. But the rest of the games were more like Lord's games, and I had a bit more of a fighting chance. Now, granted, he played fantastic. Like Gondor, Rohan, all the defense that he did was really well done. But I thought that was an interesting observation. Yeah, he felt comfortable for sure in that first game, and he completely wiped the floor with me. I was zoomed in. Hopefully, it doesn't mess up the recording too much. But yep, GG. That secures me round 2, so I will be moving on to round 3, the quarterfinals. So I will see you all then.